Hello, I'm Alan Katz, your host for Louisiana Newsmaker. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a great show for you today. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back with our first interview. Welcome back to Louisiana Newsmaker. As you know, Lieutenant Governor Mitch Landrieu has been elected mayor of New Orleans, which means the lieutenant governor's seat is open. Now, I can promise you there is going to be a lieutenant governor's race coming up, even if you've heard that the office is going to be abolished. Don't believe it. That office is here to stay. And there's going to be a very interesting race to succeed Mitch Landrieu. But I was surprised when our friend Roger Villere, who has been the most successful chairman of the Republican Party in Louisiana in its modern era, decided that he was going to throw his hat into the ring. And, of course, he is a Jefferson Parish resident and businessman, and he brings great credentials to this race. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Are you excited about running?
I'm extremely excited, Alan. It's just wonderful. And you know, being a New Orleanian, born and raised in New Orleans, and been living in Jefferson Parish since the 50s. And it's just great to be here and great to be in this position.
Well, I am really excited because I think that you're going to be the South Louisiana candidate in this race. I think you're the guy who's going to bring together Jefferson, Orleans, and St. Tammany, which isn't done very often. Usually, Orleans votes differently than St. Tammany and Jefferson, but I think that your credentials and your sense of history and your concern about our future, the entire future of South Louisiana, are going to be great assets for you.
Well, and South Louisiana is so important to me and my family, my business, and all my kids. All three of my sons live in South Louisiana. Two of them live on the North Shore, and one in Tangipahoa Ho and one in St. Tammany. But, of course, all of Louisiana, is very important to me. For the last 6 years, been traveling the state as state chairman, and before that, 3 years as national committee man, and before that, I was a state chairman for the State Florist Association. So, really, Louisiana has been great to me for a long time, and I've been traveling around Louisiana, and it's such a beautiful, lovely state, and I'd love to serve it as their lieutenant governor.
Well, of course, those of us who know your family history know that the Villeres go back a long way in Louisiana history, and I think that it would be a great thing for your family and for your region if you were fortunate enough to be elected.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, one of my forefathers came over with Iberville and Bienville, and we helped found Louisiana, found the city of New Orleans, and we were on some of the original charters for the city, and we were involved from early. My great-great-grandfather was the first native-born governor of Louisiana, Jacques Villere. So we go back. We have a large history with Louisiana. I'm very proud.
Now, the most important thing for a lieutenant governor is to be an expert on tourism and to help in tourism development. And I think you, as someone who's in business, who's been deeply involved in the community, that you really bring strong business credentials to this race.
Well, tourism and economic development as a whole has been very important to me my whole business life. My wife and I opened our small business when she was 18 and I was 19. We built it from scratch and built it up ourselves and worked really hard all these years for business. I've been involved with the New Orleans and River Region Chamber with all 7 parishes. I served as the Small Business Council chairman twice. I was on the SBA advisory board for Region 1, which was all South Louisiana. So, I understand business and understand tourism.
Well, I think you do understand tourism. So many of your friends with whom you served on the chamber and other civic committees are hoteliers, restaurateurs, people whose lives depend on tourism being successful.
Absolutely. Whether it's tourism here or in Lafayette or Shreveport, we understand the need for that. Being in the floral business and being state chairman, I've run conventions all over the state, and we understand how important the convention business is for this state and how it drives people to come see us. And we can bring new money, new people that want to move here and live here in retirement or open their business here. We see the exciting possibilities, and that's something I'd like to do. I'd like to bring my experience in tourism and help with the Lieutenant Governor's office.
The other thing that you've demonstrated as chairman of the Republican Party of Louisiana is you know how to get people elected. Now we'll see if you can get yourself elected.
That's going to be the key. Can I get myself elected? Yeah, I've discovered I know how to win elections. Let's find out if I know how to win my own election.
Well, you're going to have a chance to do it. It seems to me that you're going to be the strongest South Louisiana candidate in this race if you achieve your political potential. And if you can come out of here smoking, Jefferson, Orleans, St. Tammany, St. Bernard, you have a chance to do this thing.
Well, we feel like we're going to have a real good chance. I feel like I could bring the whole metro area together as a region, and they know my background, they know my history, and I think we can come out smoking.
Well, Roger Villere, the very best of luck to you in the Lieutenant Governor's race. I think it's really exciting to have somebody who's so close to this region of the state running for this office. When is the primary?
The primary is going to be October 2nd, and if there is a runoff, it'll be November 2nd. So it's right around the corner.
It's an open primary.
Open primary.
Democrats, Republicans, and Independents.
Independents, all of us kind of that old jungle primary where we're all just thrown in the gumbo, and whoever comes out on top, you know. So let's hope I'm at the top of that.
Well, I think you will be. Roger Villere, a candidate for Lieutenant Governor, someone who has really been one of the driving forces behind the rise of the Republican Party of Louisiana, now trying to put together Democrats, Independents, and Republicans in this open primary for Lieutenant Governor. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.